Wow. I can't believe it. I know, all this time later. Before they flipped my house and lied about what my actual origins were, my Jupiter, which is in Gemini, wasn't in the 12th house. It was in another house, right? So trying to justify hiding it in the whole dustbin of the universe, the whole karmic closet, the whole house of institutions, which either means the mental ward or some form of incarceration, that wasn't actually accurate. It wasn't actually me. So when I was talking about the marvel and the wonder of the sickle, it was actually completely sincere and not at all a contrast or a psychosis from the me that wore the jacket. And it was talking about my yeah, right? Because that's what happens when you got that kind of a placement cosmically. The duality is not necessarily a polarity, it's part of what a dialectic is. Somebody once, some crazy person who happens to have my name, said something about how the United States was in a serious situation because we never really got what a dialectic was. We kept getting this polarity. It might have to do with the role of central counterparty swapping and the absolute abject refusal to acknowledge that's what you're trying to do when you consistently gaslight somebody for several years. But it might make more sense here, which is why I keep getting this situation going on. I just found this. Wow. Some dates, some research. What's the primary codex? 7.2 Public officers. Automatic substitution of officer. Wow, where did that come from? So, if you want to automatically substitute an officer, depending how permanent you want the substitution to be, can you just throw them a 27? How many times? See, if you set up one of those life insurance policies, one of those diamond life policies that has the very special automated payoff process whereby you consecrate the conversion. If somebody has to die when you're talking about a life insurance policy, right? So it's very easy to set up a process of automation where you characterize that which is supposed to die as the Jew, so that once it dies, it resurrects as a Christian and it's cleansed of its sin, especially if you mischaracterize the cause of death, so that there's forgiveness in accepting resurrection in the body of Christ. But that also implies that you've utterly submitted and you have relinquished your own understanding of what it means to expiate and atone. I mean, that's the payoff, right? And confession is supposed to be secret and silent, just between you and God. And if you could get away with it, well, then obviously you're godly and justified. Am I correct? So at some point, I was characterized as the one that needed to die. And because I just wouldn't accept, I haven't been allowed to resurrect. So am I going to be permanently undead? Huh? How long does your concept of temporality last? It is not in my comportment to comply, especially when I don't even have a fucking life insurance policy myself. And I'm really tired of paying other people's capitation taxes. And I'm really even more fucking tired of people trying to get me to launder money for their granddaughter. Right? So I really hope you guys get whatever you need to get together today together. Because I really need my brother. You know what I mean? I really need somebody to step up